What's up everybody, how's it going? A few weeks ago, I posted a video about how much software engineers at Google make per year, and a lot of you really liked that video. By the way, I'll put a link in the description below if you haven't seen it already. A lot of you also wanted me to post another video about some of the other perks and benefits that software engineers at Google and just general Google employees get. So this is that video. Sit back, relax, and smash the like button for your favorite YouTuber. This is where I'm supposed to say, and then smash the like button for me, in a sort of self-deprecating kind of way to imply that I'm not your favorite YouTuber, but no, smash the like button for your favorite YouTuber, aka me. I mean, you know it's me, and if you don't know it, now you do. So the first perk is this internal-only website that all Google employees have access to. Now, of course, you've probably never heard of it because it's internal-only, but think of it like an Amazon or some sort of shopping website that only Google employees can access. And basically, you can order any item that's on the website at any time for free, and it'll be delivered to your desk either within a couple of hours or within 1 or 2 days at most. Now, the items on the website are meant to improve the productivity of Google employees, so you're not going to find anything and everything there. It is not quite Amazon, but you will be able to find keyboards, mouses. Yes, you can say mouses when you're talking about a computer mouse. Google it. Up to 2 very large computer monitors. You can get monitor arms, these things that you attach your computer monitors to that make them like movable. And the most popular item of all on that list is this pair of wireless headphones that is so nice. They have the little like Google logo on them. They're so nice. Everybody wants them. Everybody can get them. They're always in stock, and it's just such an awesome item to have. I would show you the headphones, but I actually stopped using them after about a year because I started using AirPods and I liked them even better, to the point that I actually got 2 pairs of AirPods. Yes, there is a valid reason for having 2 pairs of AirPods. I'm happy to make a video on that if you want. I bet like 10 people are going to comment on this video. Weird flex, but okay. That seems appropriate. The second really cool perk is the number of free classes that Google offers its employees. Basically, when you work there, you are allowed to enroll and take however many classes you want of the hundreds, if not thousands of classes that Google offers all the time. Now, these classes are typically computer science classes, but they also cover topics that are completely unrelated to computer science. So as an example, I took a lot of machine learning classes that were really cool because they got me from someone who had never done any machine learning in my life to at least being able to hold a conversation about machine learning, know what kinds of questions to ask about machine learning, maybe train my own machine learning model. They offer classes on programming languages and frameworks like C++, Angular, TypeScript. They offer cooking classes. In the New York City office, there's a full-blown kitchen where you can go and take classes on knife handling, on how to bake desserts, on how to cook certain meals. It's really cool. I actually never took any cooking classes because I don't cook. The extent of my cooking is putting a frozen pizza in the oven, but that's a different story. And they offer a lot of cool leadership classes. There's this one leadership class that I attended right at the end of my tenure at Google. I actually got nominated for this class. You had to get nominated for it. And it was really awesome because they flew me out to California and brought me along with a couple other dozen people who had gotten nominated to some retreat where we did a bunch of leadership activities and team building activities. It was just really cool and just an awesome perk. The third really cool benefit that very few people have heard about is Google's education reimbursement policy. Basically, as a Google employee, you can get partially reimbursed for almost any education that you do outside of Google. There's an annual cap for how much you can get reimbursed. I forget the exact figure, but it's above $10,000, which is kind of insane if you think about it. And so if you buy some sort of course outside of work that relates to your work in some way, shape, or form, so think of anything related to coding, for instance, if you're a software engineer, maybe a Udacity Nano degree or a Codecademy class or something like that, Google will pay the majority of that for you, which is incredible. You'll still pay a little bit out of pocket, but they will pay the majority. And similarly, if you take a class outside of work that's completely unrelated to work, as an example, a cooking class or a dancing lesson or a gym class, Google will pay part of it not the majority of it, but part of it. So it's as if you could get a discount for any course like that whenever you want. A really cool benefit that not many people know about. You know, I was thinking, I've given so much free advertisement to Google through this YouTube channel. They should really sponsor me. Google, sponsor me. Speaking of sponsorships, if you think that these perks and benefits sound really good, which they do, and would be really cool to have, which they would be, and you want to land a job as a software engineer at Google, then check out AlgoExpert.io, my company. We help software engineers get into big tech companies and startups just like Google, and use the promo code CLEM, C-L-E-M, for a discount on the platform. So a bit of backstory for the fourth perk. Most software engineers at any company, as part of their job, have to be what's called on-call. This means that during a period of time, either at work or outside of work, they have to be available to be paged or alerted if there is some sort of problem or outage with a product, and they have to be ready to fix it or to find a person who can fix it. This is something that's very common. Most software engineers at one point in their lives will be on call. The perk here is that at the majority of companies, being on call is just part of your job. And if you have to be on call during non-work hours, maybe during the evenings or during the nights, that's just part of your job. If you're a Google engineer, then if you're on call, which you likely will be, it is going to be part of your job, but you're also going to be paid for it. I won't get into the nitty-gritty details, but to give you an idea, when I was at Google, I was on call for roughly the second half of my tenure there, so for about a year. And basically, every 6 weeks or so, I would get an extra paycheck by being on call. That is non-trivial money. And that's an awesome perk about being a Google engineer. They pay you a non-trivial amount for doing what most other companies consider just a normal work duty. The fifth perk is the fact that you can get very cheap, if not free, massages at Google. This is a perk that you often read about in news articles, but nobody really tells you how it works. Basically, at Google, you have access to massage points. It's an internal currency that you can use to get massages right there at the offices. You get some massage points for free when you start working at Google, and you accrue them for free every year when you stay at Google. You can also sometimes get some for doing special activities, and you can buy these massage points, but you end up being able to get these massages for a far cheaper price than what you would have to pay for a normal massage outside of Google. Now, these massages are actually very, very good. They are done by professional masseuses. I think that's the plural for masseuse. And the funny story here is that when I was at Google, I actually hadn't gotten a single massage for my first 2 years and 1.5 months. And so the last 2 weeks that I was there, I realized, shit, I have a bunch of massage points that I haven't used. I should go use them. And I ended up scrambling the last 2 weeks trying to book a bunch of massages. I unfortunately wasn't able to use up all my points, but I was able to get a Thai massage and a chair massage. It was amazing. It's so cool. You're in the office, you step into what looks like a conference room, and suddenly you're in this massage parlor with nice music and just a relaxing vibe, and it's just amazing. Highly recommend it, especially to those of you who are is this a little bit weird, which is kind of how I felt. Nope, super awesome, great perk. The sixth perk might not be unique to Google. I think a lot of other companies might have this, but it's still worth mentioning. And it's the fact that when you travel at Google, and by the way, you travel a lot, I traveled a lot as a Google software engineer, Google allows you to use your own airline account to book flights. So for instance, I was able to accrue a ton of miles with Delta, which is the airline that I typically fly with, to the point that I was able to get medallion status with Delta. I got silver medallion status about halfway through this year, and then I just recently got gold medallion, which is really awesome because I also travel a lot personally, and that basically means that right now, on most domestic flights, I get upgraded to first class for free. Super awesome perk. This is going to be another weird flex, but okay, but I just got my Delta gold medallion tags. They're absolutely worthless pieces of plastic that you can attach to your luggage if you just want to show people that you are a gold medallion status holder. I get excited about really weird things. Another really cool perk, and this is going to fit very well in the whole Google Perks theme, which is that Google likes to throw money at its employees, is that you get a lot of free stuff when you work at Google. So if all the things that I mentioned previously weren't enough, you also get things like a monthly gym subsidy, even though you have gyms at most of the offices, like in the New York City office. You can get your internet bill paid by Google. Why, you might ask? Because if you need to stay connected to the internet at home to perform work functions, like maybe when you're on call, then that constitutes a work expense. So you are able to charge your entire monthly internet bill to Google. And you also get a bunch of discounts. We're talking hundreds of dollars discounts with a lot of companies, computer companies, airline companies, restaurants, all kinds of companies. Google also has fantastic normal benefits like health insurance and 401k plans. Its 401k is actually very, very good. The match that Google gives, the employer match, Google it if you don't know what that is actually insane. It's one of the best that I've ever heard of. And finally, the last perk, perhaps the best perk of all, and I'm actually being serious here because some of you are going to think I'm joking, is that every software engineer at Google or normal Google employee, but I'll go with software engineers for now, will eventually become, or most likely, an ex-Google software engineer. That title actually comes with a lot of brand equity. It is actually incredible what having the ex-Google epithet can do for you. With that said, that's going to be it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.